Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading Multi-Character Listener by me. So let's get into it. Scaramouche. Scaramouche did not know how to voice this request of his, but it was certainly something that was on his mind, and something that he wanted with you. It was adorable, really. Or at least, that's what you thought. There were many things that Scaramouche was shy of. Many things that he wanted to say, but most of the time he had no idea how to say those words, or how to tell you what he really feels. If anything, he wants nothing more than to be able to be true with his own feelings by your side. And right now, maybe he was a little bit silly, but he wanted to sit on your lap. Yes, it really was that simple and uncomplicated, but for him, everything was complicated. Everything was difficult, and everything had to be planned out, because he had no idea how to ask for something like this. He would get shy, and most of all, he had no idea how you would react. What if you didn't want it? What if you didn't like it? And most of all, what if you wanted something else, other than, well, whatever you wanted to do? What if you just seemed silly? He had no idea, but it seemed like you had a sense for whenever he needed something. You couldn't exactly tell what it was most of the time, but you could at least know that something was on his mind. Skara, dear, what's going on? You ask him, and he blushes, fidgeting. It's nothing important, Hwayan. You just don't have to think about it. But I am. Now tell me, what is it? Or I swear if you don't tell me, then... Fine, fine. I... Could I please sit on your lap? He asks, and you can see him blushing in the way that he's so embarrassed about saying this. But your heart, it melts, and you smile softly, pulling him into your arms and onto your own lap as you kiss him. Of course you can. Now, don't be shy over anything like that. I love you, and I want to see you happy, so you're not bothering me at all. You tell him, and although he's blushing, hiding your face in his neck, you can tell he's happy by the way he nestles into your arms, your hands going through his hair. And it was certainly all what he had hoped for and wanted. Much more satisfying now that he has it. He didn't know how much he needed this, but now that he's within your arms and has it, he certainly was missing out for a while. And next time, as embarrassing as it may be, he will make sure to ask you. He's not really good at asking for things or even identifying what he needs in the first place. But once he knows, there's no trouble in asking, and there's no trouble in receiving love from you, especially when you're so willing to share it with him. Now that is one thing that you cannot deny at all. Xiao? Xiao is just so sweet to you. He had his own limits and hesitations, quite a lot of them. A lot of them were really adorable, but for the most part, you wanted nothing more than to see him happy. He was very nervous around you, and he was very strict with himself, trying not to overstep any boundaries, trying to make you happy, which he appreciated, and trying to respect you, but sometimes it was a little bit too much. There was nothing bad about hugging you out of his own accord, without asking. Not when the two of you were so familiar, and not when you wanted it more than anyone. You were dating. He didn't need to ask every time for a hug or a kiss, but he knew that would be something that would come with time, and you would be patient, just as he needed, because right now patience was the one thing that he needed most, more than anything else. and you were more than willing to offer that to him. And that's why, when he seemed so hesitant about something today, you opened your arms. Xiao, could you please cuddle me? You ask him, and he takes you up on the invite, smiling softly. It's a very small smile, and you wouldn't have noticed it had you not known everything about his face, memorized every feature, and every little change in his expression, and what it meant. And you could tell that he was thinking of saying something, and truly he was. Wyan, this is a bit embarrassing to ask, but could I could I please sit on your lap? I want to rest, he says, and you just sigh softly, your eyes softening as you pull him within your lap, holding him close, making it so his head is resting on your chest. You know sometimes he's overthinking. Sometimes there is a lot going on in his mind, more than you could ever imagine and more than you could ever know. And sometimes all he needed was that little bit of shelter away from his mind in your arms. The shelter that your heart and love could offer him during those moments of distress. And as you held him, your hands going through his hair gently, he knew that he would always be loved like this as long as he remained with you. So shyly, he muttered, "Thank you, Ayan. It means the world to me." And it shouldn't. It's really something normal, Xiao. I love you. You don't need to ask for things like this. Surely you can ask about other things, but this is the least of what you could want, and it's the least of what I would give you too. You say softly, kissing his forehead, before you just continue to rest, with him resting on your lap. The two of you don't talk much after, and then you slowly come to the realization that maybe he's actually sleepy as well. And when you look down, he is in fact asleep. But you're not upset about that. You're more than happy that he got all the rest he needed.